Hello everyone, this is Isabella speaking from the socialprotection.org team. We'll start our training on social media. Just so everyone can listen, could you just type on the chat bar if you do hear as well? Yeah, I think we need to be like one by one because we don't. Yeah. Okay, we have this chip and then we pass. Yeah, everyone's. Yeah, there's like we have Connor and we have Felipe and Heather saying yes, they do hear us. So I think we could start. Right now we have 6 people, 6 ambassadors connected. So yeah, I'll let my colleagues introduce themselves as well, and then we'll go for a round of introduction with each of you.
Hi, I'm Malu. I'm the Ambassador Program Coordinator that you've been receiving mails from. I just want to thank you all for being part of this program. We're very excited about it, and we've seen that loads of you were already very motivated. And this whole first webinar is going to be the opportunity for you to introduce each other to your colleagues, to learn about socialprotection.org, a little bit about social protection itself, and then have an overview of the kind of tasks that you're going to be performing.
So, hi, my name is Victoria. I'm an intern here at Social Protection Platform. Currently, I'm working on the social media creation, the creation of the material, the dissemination as well. So I'm here to introduce you to our guidelines on social media and talk a bit about it.
Okay. Connor, yeah, Felipe, sorry. We just got your message. It's okay if you cannot use your microphone. But we would like to go for a round of introductions. So we'll call each name. So if you could unmute your microphone. We'll start with Connor. Yeah, we have your audio right now. Could you just introduce yourself, say where you're from, what are you working with?
Sure. So my name is Connor. I'm living in New York City right now, and I work in management consulting, but I have a degree in public policy and international politics from my undergrad.
Great, thank you. We'll go to Daniel. Just 1 second. Yeah, I don't know.
Then we have 2. The other one is working.
Yeah, we're not able to unmute you, Daniel. Let's try from the other computer. Yeah, we'll come back to you, Daniel, again, because we're not able to unmute you right now. So we go to Heka. Do you hear us?
Hi, it's Rekha.
Eka, yeah, hello.
Rekha, hi. Okay, this is Rekha. I am from India, belong to New Delhi, but I'm currently based in Nigeria, in Africa. I have been working for the past 18 years, and my last assignment was as the Chief Marketing Officer for a large group of companies in Nigeria. I'm essentially a marketing specialist. I have my master's in marketing. I've done my undergrad in economics, and I've got a PhD in consumer behavior as well.
Ooh, interesting.
And I'm also trained in psychometrics and a digital marketer a bit. Thank you.
Okay. That's great. Thank you so much. So now we go to Juan Carlos. Hello.
Hello, this is Carlos. I just joined because I had a problem with the network. I don't know if you were talking to me, I couldn't hear.
No, we were just wondering if you could say a few words about yourself, where you come from, and what you've been working with so far.
Yes, okay. Yes, well, my name is Juan Carlos Martinez. I'm from Spain, but I've been traveling around the world mainly because of my work on IT. And I also did some volunteering, but online with the UN, and some work in mission as well in Mali.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Thanks.
So it was Daniel, right?
Yeah. I think it's...
Yeah, Daniel, if you could type on the chat, because you're not able to unmute your microphone. I don't know why. We can see you have raised your hand.
Felipe?
No, Felipe wrote us saying that he's at work, so he's not able to use a microphone. So, yeah, I think everyone has introduced. Yeah, it's only Daniel that I don't know why we're not able. Let's see. Yeah. Should I say something about yeah, Philip, if you could just, yeah, you could type and we could read. I don't know why your microphone is not working. Do you want to try, like, connecting again, maybe? Do you have a microphone with you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I have Felipe and Daniel that are not able to communicate with audio, so everyone knows. So it's okay. We'll start then with the presentation. We have a short presentation with slides. So, yeah, I'll give the word to Malu.
Okay. Have you shut the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you all had the opportunity of getting on the platform already because you're all members of it. So that's how it looked like just a few days ago, and now it's actually going through its second development phase. So it looks a little bit more modern. What is socialprotection.org? It's a platform, a knowledge-sharing platform that aims at facilitating knowledge sharing on effective social protection policies and programs, as well as contribute to capacity building of the low-income countries and middle-income countries. So it was developed around 2 years ago. We have almost 2,000 members, thousands of publications also, and we're organizing webinars on a weekly basis. So it's a pretty, it's a success, to be honest, or we consider it as a success. We have members from all around the world focusing on developing countries, and we are starting to establish some new features, such as e-learning courses or a blog, for example. What is the Ambassador Program? It's an online volunteer program operated by the UNV website, whereby individuals apply to participate in activities related to providing content, knowledge exchange, and networking, as well as promotion of socialprotection.org. So this year is the third ambassador program of socialprotection.org, and we've selected amongst 50 people from all around the world. And your group will be mostly focusing upon networking and promotion of the platform, which is an essential task for our member number to grow and keep on growing. So what's the objective of the program? We have different sections depending on what ambassadors will focus upon. But basically it's to ensure up-to-date and relevant content regarding your personal region and thematic interests, and promote and provide opportunities for engagement with the site's interactive features to the ambassadors network. So basically we want to increase, we would need your help in order to increase the visibility of the platform within your own region and network, and then facilitate engagement among the social protection communities, again within your region, and benefit from your own local knowledge to increase the website's visibility. That's a lot. So what are ambassadors usually doing within this program? You're actively participating in content provision, online discussions, disseminating and promoting the platform, and inviting your network to engage in social protection knowledge exchange and capacity building. So there's like 3 working areas, generally speaking. It's research assistance in content provision and upload, which is not going to be your case. Collaboration in knowledge exchange and networking. This is definitely one of the tasks we'd like you to help us with. And supporting promotion, mostly through social media. So the idea behind the platform is for it to be entirely global, but take place at the local level. So we want to have very accurate and local information on each country so that we can actually help policymakers creating and designing efficient social protection systems. The ambassadors are helping with their local knowledge and outreach. For example, by looking at news, small localized agencies and newspapers that might deliver some information that was not online before on our platform. Look at events, discover social protection programs and map them, liaise with local policymakers and stakeholders also. I mean, you've seen this kind of division of tasks within the survey, you've been filling it. And so yeah, there's quite a lot of potential for helping us. Now talking about social protection, generally speaking, Isabella, do you want to continue on this?
I was just trying to have Daniel on, since he's having some issues. Yeah, okay, I'll start introducing the social protection. Thank you. So just very briefly, how we see social protection. So here we have a few main points related to social protection. We certainly consider vulnerabilities when talking about social protection. So what would be the most vulnerable groups a social protection program wants to target, for example. We also have a special look at poverty when we talk about vulnerable groups, especially in developing countries. So who are the extreme poor, or who are the poor people, and then which kind of vulnerability these groups are facing. And then we can think about which kind of programs would be more feasible and would be more appropriate for each of them. Also talking about social protection, we think about favoring social inclusion, so especially for excluded groups, so vulnerable groups, poor people, and also the ones excluded from communities, from the society. So on this topic, we also talk about human and social capital, especially when we talk about labor market programs. And also related to this, we talk about social protection for stimulating productive inclusion. So this could be through development of capabilities, skills, rights, and opportunities for the poor, marginalized, and excluded groups. For the social protection that are the platform itself, we have our taxonomy for classifying content. We have divided it a few main areas. This would be social insurance, social assistance, and labor market and employment policy. So here, as you can see a bit clear, this is how we work for classifying everything in the platform, all types of content. We would work with social protection, and within it we would have social assistance, that are the programs that beneficiaries don't need to contribute to, uncontributory programs. We have social insurance that beneficiaries do need to contribute to be able to be a beneficiary of, and we do have labor market programs. So I think we could show the platform a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think, yeah, as you can see, this is our current homepage. It's under, we are developing a second phase of the platform. So you see a few things have changed in the last few days and will keep changing on the next weeks. But these are the three main areas. All the content in the platform is divided in. So we have the Discover area where we have applications, programs where you can find for other members and stakeholders as well. On the Connect area, we do have our online communities.
Can I show this?
Yeah, of course. I'll just go for the main ones and then we'll go specifically. So we have online communities, discussion forums. That's where we publish events, surveys, and we do have a social space for the members. And in the Learn area, it's more more practical area. So we do have a virtual campus, learning tools. We have launched this week on new blog, and we have glossaries and news. And this is the area where you can share all these types of content. So I'll just open the Connect, and we could open the ambassadors. Yeah. So this is your online community where you'll be able to communicate with any other ambassador.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of you have already asked to become a member of the Ambassador Online community. But for the ones who did not, it would be a good option because basically once you become a member of the online community, that's going to be the main area where you're going to be communicating with the other members. So for example, some groups that have already followed the webinar before you guys and already got their work plan have been creating discussions. So for example, people involved with the blog, someone has been creating a first message with like the general information about what I've been sending them, documents attached with the guidelines and work plan that you're going to be receiving after this webinar. And then everybody's communicating here, giving their ideas, their passion, their interest. So I mean, it's a quite nice place and it's pretty user-friendly. So we would invite you to become a member and afterwards, like, start to communicate with your group member by creating a discussion. And you can also check other groups' discussions, and you're obviously welcome to like communicate with them, share their ideas and everything. I think we're going to go through social media now because this is going to be the area where you're going to be the most involved in, and Victoria is going to follow through.
So before introducing you to our social media channels and the main post that you're supposed to help us creating, it's nice to know the main objective of our social media channels in general is to attract people to our platform. The idea is to share all the types of content that Isabella and Manu said that we add at the platform: publications, events, news, and webinars as well, to put that on social media, and that way we create a link between our social media users and try to make them become social protection members, and then they are interacting not only at the Facebook or Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, but also interacting at the socialprotection.org platform. So having this in mind, I will show you some of our social media channels, especially Facebook and Twitter, that are the ones that we work more on it, and LinkedIn that we are started working right now, so we have a lot of work to do. So the Facebook page, we have the Facebook page since the end of 2015, if I'm not mistaken. So we did a lot of changes during the last months of 2016 and now the beginning of 2017. And the idea of the Facebook is to have all the content that I say shared on it. Basically, publications, our glossary, events, webinars, job opportunities, and other types of material, taking into account that Facebook is a good platform because you don't have a space limit to type things like Twitter, or you can put a lot of photos, photos, GIFs, videos, a lot of different content, and it has this colorful face. So it's good to get to know our users and maybe invite them to interact with us, share our posts, and watch our videos and stuff like that. So Facebook is our social media channel that we put a lot of things in, the one that we develop the most. And also we had the opportunity to tag and to post things related to our stakeholders, and not only stakeholders that are included in the platform, but stakeholders that work in related fields to the social protection. So it's a very broad platform where we can interact with our users, stakeholders, and share our content. So if we, after we are going to take a look at our page, how it looks like right now. So you will see that it's very colorful. We have more interactions with the public. The Twitter. Well, Twitter is a different kind of social media channel, so we need to adapt things to post on it. Basically because we have a limit of space, not only typing tweets, but also in the size of videos and photos. So the idea of Twitter is to post webinar calls, events, news, because users on Twitter are always looking for that kind of short, brief, and very important information. So we post that things to keep them informed, not only about our platform events and webinars and news, but also to the content related to social protection. So when we go here in home, we see all the users that we follow on Twitter. So we keep looking at interesting news, not only to retweet, but also to link with publications that we have on our platform. There are a lot of content now, very good content as well. So, and videos. Videos are a very good opportunity. Not to put videos on Twitter because it's very heavy, but to share our YouTube channel, especially the webinar recordings that we have. So the idea is to interact with these profiles that we follow on Twitter, and as well with people that are interested in news, events, webinars, and content related to social protection. Well, the LinkedIn is something a bit harder, and we are starting now to make some changes, because previously we had a group and an official page for social protection. Now we are having only the official page. So we are trying to migrate all those users to the official page. Right now we have 53 followers, but we need to develop more specific strategy to LinkedIn, because the idea is not to have like a mirror from Facebook to all the other social medias, but to have specific content that will will fit the needs of specific users. So Facebook users are not the same as Twitter users or LinkedIn or YouTube ones. So we need to make it very specific and a way that it's interesting to the users and they get interested to go to the platform. So we are not supposed to put all on social media and totally forgot the platform. And the YouTube, as I was saying, we have the videos that we uploaded there are basically the webinar recordings. We are preparing now some different kind of videos, institutional ones, that we are going to upload as well at the YouTube channel. But the idea is also is to link all the social medias to this channel and to the platform. So people get to know the webinars, not only the upcoming ones, but the ones that already happened and are recorded and are very source of social protection content. So we are thinking now of developing the advertising on our YouTube channel, so we got more subscriptions and people get to know that we have this kind of material as well. So now we are going to talk about social media posts that you guys are going to help us create. There are some that are not all of our content on social media, but the main ones. The first one is Glossary Day. The Glossary Day card is a way of sharing terms, concepts, and ideas on social protection in a way that it's very clear, but like I said before, not to have all the information as we see in this example about errors of exclusion on the social media posts, but putting a link that goes to the platform so people can read more about this specific term. The idea here is to have a very nice photo that is related to the term that we are using and have all the social protection colors and using always the photo in a black and white filter. We always try to put this identity so people when take a look at our cards and posts, they're always going to see the colors, the logo, and the black and white picture. So they create in their heads a very clear visual identity of what is social protection. So here we have also the hashtag Glossary Day. It's a good way to share the schedule because basically we have this weekly schedule of posts, and Glossary Day is the first publication of the week. On Mondays we post like 10 a.m. of Brazilian time. We are posting those kind of materials. So the idea of Facebook and Twitter is to post things on a daily basis so people get engaged with different kinds of material. So Glossary Day is the first one. Publication Day is also very important because we are advertising our the publications that we have at the platform. So we always choose interesting publications, things that maybe people will get to see on social media and get interested maybe during the weekend, take a look and go to the platform. Publication Day is on Wednesday morning Brazilian time as well. And the idea is to post the cover of the publication, as we see here, in black and white as well, and the social protection colors. The idea is not to post a lot of text on the card, but only the cover, so people get to look, and if they're interested, they go to the platform and take a look at this publication and maybe take a look at other related publications as well. Well, and Happy Friday. Happy Friday is the last of the scheduled and more formal posts that we are going to put on our social medias. And the idea of Happy Friday, actually, we are on the third week, I think, of Happy Friday, is to post a nice new or something good that is happening on the field of social protection. For example, this one that I put on the slide is about the WFP's Global Impact Challenge that asked people working with startups and technology to think on initiatives to achieve zero hunger by 2030. So it's a very good news. And the idea is not to share the good news, but to post this news on the platform, on our news or job opportunity or some kind of place at the platform, and link this news and this card to the platform so people get to know it better, maybe take a look at other news and things like that. And the idea to put a good news on Friday is to motivate people not only to see the bad news related to social protection, but also to see that some things are being done in this field that are very good, and maybe in this case from the Global Impact Challenge participate and have a contribution on that. The visual identity of Happy Friday is a bit different because we need to be colorful and have this idea of happiness. So we put the black and white photo as well, but we put a colorful filter in a way that we're seeing social protection in a more colorful and optimistic perspective. always using the hashtag Happy Friday as well to create this identity and this relation in our users' mind. And post an impact sentence like zero hunger by 2030. People will get interested and go to the link and read the news. So we are implementing it. This one that I post is the first one, and we did last Friday, and then we are going to do this Friday. So we are on the beginning of this Happy Friday post strategy. Well, these first three ones were more scheduled and formal, but we have other types of posts on social media. We have, for example, GIFs that we use a lot for webinars, calling people to join our webinars, and other GIFs related to the people that work here at socialprotection.org, so users got to know that socialprotection.org is made by people, which is a very interesting idea. Videos, we have the institutional one. Here you can see one of, I think was the first institutional video we did with Isabella concerning what is socialprotection.org. So we shared on, I think, Twitter and Facebook as well. So these videos are a good way to get to know our work in a different way, not in a traditional way, but seeing also that thing that we, social protection, we are composed by people that work and dedicate a lot of time to this task. And the ambassador's card, that is a very nice way to introduce you guys to our users and so people get to know that we have this program, take a look at the platform as well. So here I have an example of a social, of an ambassador card that will post a photo of you, a very short, brief presentation, what you think is social protection, and your name, age, and the country you're from. So the idea is post like a postcard to present you to our users. And it's a more relaxed post, not that thing that needs to have a formal structure as the other ones we saw. So now I think it's a good way to see all these details that I told you guys, to take a look at our social media pages. If you go to the internet.
It's just
questions now. Are you going to leave it for later?
I think later. Get like now. Yeah, it's not going to go.
So today we posted a publication day card, the one that I showed you. So here we have the publication cover, the colors of social protection, and the main body of the publication. So we can say that we don't say a lot about it, but we try to make our users from Facebook and Twitter to get interested on the topic and taking a good look at here. If you click here, you can see that you're redirected to socialprotection.org, where people can download the publication. But that is the main idea, to people go from here to socialprotection.org. So this is a publication one. We have jobs as well. We have other types of content that we post. For example, this was last Friday, Happy Friday post. So we choose this impact image, the strong phrase like migrants in Ireland benefit from new maternity payment rules. And we always reading like, today's Happy Friday, we're sharing good news. And here you have also a link that goes to socialprotection.org. But here too, some news in a different part of the platform. So that's the main concept. And as I told you before, the idea of Facebook is to have a more colorful visual identity with different kind of posts. Like this is a gift that we prepared for Tuesday's webinar. So more relaxed one than this one. That is a more formal post that we have the title and all the information. So that's it. Facebook have this different view. If we go to Twitter here, we can see that it's more brief, and we are trying to do like that. We're trying to retweet news from people people and stakeholders that are related to social protection. So not only to retweet good news or news, but trying to get people to our platform. For example, this news was related to Mongolia and social protection programs. So we had a webinar recorded about the topic. So good idea to make people go to our platform or to our YouTube channel to take a look at this webinar. So the idea is not only retweeting things like randomly, but trying to connect always to the platform. And during webinars, posting codes and important facts. And also we have sometimes GIFs, mostly concerning webinars. Glossary Day is also on Twitter, but here you can see that it's different from Facebook, the visual identity. It's more focused on certain kind of media, generally news, events, and webinars. And the channel, basically, as I told you before, is webinar series, webinar recorded videos, and that's all that we have. But we are trying to develop it more and call our users to take a look at our YouTube channel. So I think that's it. If you have questions.
I just have one thing to add concerning the type of followers that we're searching for. Of course, socialprotection.org is trying to increase the amount of people that are actually following our social media, but we're also looking for quality. So our main interest nowadays is focused upon small research centers, small NGOs, local ones that are directly related to social protection, so that they know that we exist, they start using our content and follow us so that they can also attend our webinars, for example. So this will be one task for some of you also, to find the stakeholders within your region, within your country, that may have an interest in the content we are creating. We also realize that these followers were sometimes liking our posts and creating, more impact and more visualization on the type of content we are creating. For example, we have Internacionalidades, which is like one canal which is mainly related to internships around the world, but it could be interesting for some people, We have UN agencies, but local ones like UNICEF Yemen, for example, or UNDP Haiti. These small agencies are very important for us to locate and tag within our posts so that they learn, they realize that we exist and they start using the platform. I think we can go to questions now, if there are any.
Juan Carlos, you have typed a question, so I'll just open your audio now. Juan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, it's just checking if when someone clicks on the link, it goes right away to the article, or it just goes to the login page. I need to log in inside in order to see the article.
No, all the content in the platform, all the publications are free for anyone, so you don't need to be a member in the platform to access it. You only need to be a member if you want to join an online community, for example, or if you want to get a content, then you would have to create an account. Otherwise, anyone can access.
Thanks.
Do you have any other questions?
No, that's right.
Okay, thank you. So, anyone else has a question or would like to clarify anything that wasn't maybe too clear? Yeah, so Felipe is sending us his questions. He's not able to use his microphone, so I'm going to read. He's asking, do we have to edit the image do you give us the image already added? This is one question. So I think if you could.
Do you want to answer? Like the idea, the general idea, I'm not a professional on like creating social media content, but we were thinking that like your group has this interest for social media and creating content. Would like you to like be able to express your creativity, and I mean, you could be using and choosing the photos, like update them, filter them and everything, following our guidelines and always giving credit to the source of the photo. Yeah, that's very, very important. And I think Victoria is, which ones are you using right now?
Yeah, the photos right now I use from our data that we have here, but mainly I use from Flickr. So I always download the image and copy the reference. That's very important. I think it's the main topic of when choosing photos. But on the I think that's it. That will be very good to have you guys and creating the cards and using photos of your own option.
And credit will be given to you as ambassadors when we post something that was created by you. So yeah, you can definitely use other pictures that you think are relevant. Find a Good Friday quote, like a good news that you think is important, or if it was already submitted on the platform or you want to submit it, like include it on the platform. And yeah, as long as like anyway, we're going to be sending you some guidelines, like which are very well done, on like visual content and like what kind of tools you can be using for creating everything. So don't worry, we're not going to send you there and say good luck, like we organized everything.
Yeah, the guidelines are very like step by step, so I think it will be quite easy to prepare. It's good to count on your creativity as well as ambassadors and have this contribution. It would be very nice.
Yeah, and other ideas are also welcome. You know, if you think, oh, perhaps you could create some posts on every Thursday evening about this or that. You know, like we're very open because I mean our social media strategy is being successful, but who knows? Like we're very open to critiques or ideas, like innovative ideas.
Okay, so Felipe Albuquerque is asking about if they will have direct access to the platforms with passwords and everything, or someone will channel it.
No, we will be channeling it. The idea is for you, like as you will see in the working plan you're going to be receiving, we're asking for a minimum of content to be created by you guys. You can organize depending on your areas of interest and what kind of posts you like creating, like you prefer creating movies, GIFs, or like those postcards. We're asking for you to deliver this work, and then we are choosing when to send it exactly. We're organizing the posts, and we're going to be tagging you, like, as a thank you.
Thank you. I'll open Hika's audio now. She has a question. Hello, do you hear us?
Yep. Hi, I do. Hi. I have a couple of questions. The first question is in terms of, you did mention, apologize if I got it wrong, but I think you said that the research assistance on content is not really the scope of this particular assignment. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, but if one can, no problem, but if one can contribute in that area, okay?
Yeah, for sure, of course.
Given my background, I would also be able to add to the content. So I feel I'm able to contribute.
Definitely. I mean, we've organized the groups depending on what you've been saying on the survey and on our internal demand of work. But obviously, Reka, if you are also interested in including content, we can have like an email discussion and I can also allocate you to other stuff. It's very flexible, don't worry.
Wonderful.
Good to know you're motivated for this also.
Okay, the next question that I have is what I understand of socialprotection.org till now, okay, and from what I've seen on your website, is that it essentially is a content, it's something for content, right? It's completely content-based.
Yeah,
Would you,
it's a hub.
Beg your pardon?
It's a hub in the sense that we're trying to concentrate all the information on social protection here, but we're being very neutral. We don't create content ourselves.
Okay, you do not create content yourself.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I like that. Okay.
I mean, we're going slowly. We're going into like the creation of small summaries of our webinars. We could argue that webinars are our creation, but we're using panelists from all around the world. So we're creating publications for now.
Sure. Again, the other question that I have related to this is, therefore, you do not have anything which is execution-based, right? On-ground activity or on-ground activation. No, nothing as of now.
No.
For example, the United Nations would have programs in which you reach out to different aspects. So let us say I am from India and I'm currently in Nigeria. I mean, at least for the next couple of years before I move out of here, right? I mean, we travel. So as expat families. So now that I'm here, I mean, are there any activities you do in India or in countries like Nigeria where you could reach out as well, or is it, again, purely information? That's where I'm coming from. Because there are many NGOs here as well.
Okay, no, we're an online community, so we're like expanding through the internet and through like different local partners, such as the ambassadors. You know, like the idea is to benefit from your network in order to increase socialprotection.org's outreach. We are sometimes attending some face-to-face meetings, but usually it's mostly online. Yeah.
That's why we have the online communities for bringing like policymakers and institutions together in an online-based environment. So we can have like some more practical activities with them, but it's everything online in the platform. So we don't have like practical actions in the field as you were asking. That's not the main idea of the platform.
That is not the main idea of the platform. Okay, and the other thing was, if it is purely content related, then, because I'm just coming from, how would I go about it? So I apologize for asking you so many questions, but I'm just trying to figure out how does one go about it, okay? Now, if it is purely through content, then the number of people who would be interested in content would perhaps be those who are doing some work related to that, yeah? Because if I put a Facebook post on, let's say, on hunger or on, something of that sort, I don't expect my 500 other friends to really, the social butterflies to really hang on to it and latch on to it or even like it for that matter. There may be maybe those 5 or 10 or 15 or 20%, I mean, maybe the 10% who's really interested in something like this. So is that what you're looking at?
So what?
I didn't understand the last sentence, sorry.
Okay, my point is that if it is dissemination of content and what socialprotection.org does, then it automatically, the target becomes a very small subset of people.
Yeah, it is.
It is not a topic that majority of, our friends may be interested in, maybe your friends or my friends. I mean, it's only the 10% who are really interested in making a difference, who would want to know, or maybe who's doing some work or who's doing some research on the topic, who would actually seek such content. The others wouldn't seek content. They would be happy to do charity work, but would not exactly seek the content.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You get me?
Yeah, but that's why we're having like this idea of like a push and pull strategy, as you can call it, of like creating a lot of posts in order to have a bigger outreach, and then also like pulling like small research centers, small policymakers, small NGOs to come and visit our page. We're having these two different strategies so that we manage to like increase our outreach, but also keep a very qualitative amount of likers.
Okay. Now, can I request you?
I'll just compliment what Malu said. I think it's we have two ideas here. One is, of course, reaching those people. There are researchers, academics, policymakers, and people working already on the field of social protection. But the other idea is also raising awareness on social protection. So making the topic of social protection more popular within society. So most of people don't really know what social protection is. Even like Brazil, that we have like a huge program like Bolsa Familia. If you ask someone in this region, probably they don't know anything about it. So the idea is also raising this awareness of the topic and making it more like accessible to people. So we should also look at these people that don't have a clue what social protection is.
Sure. Okay, if I could also request, this is my last thing. I'm sorry to have taken so much of your time. Apologies for that.
That's why we're having this training, so go ahead.
Okay, since this is completely digital and on the social media, there is a concept that I have in mind, okay, which I was actually planning on, I was working on still in a blueprint stage much before I even applied to the, to the volunteer position. Maybe I would like to discuss that with you on another meeting if that is possible, because it's a complete digital solution of a concept that I'm looking at. So I'm, okay, yeah, so I'm actually planning to tie up with someone to develop something to that effect. So it is along the lines of social inclusion, social, I mean, it is what you're doing. Social protection may not necessarily, it definitely is not in terms of, I mean, targeting poverty, but yes, other things.
Okay, yeah, you can send it by email to Malu so she can follow it up.
Yep.
Okay.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Hikam.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your time.
So now Cesar has a question, so I'll open your audio now. Cesar, do you hear us? I can see your microphone is muted from your side. Could you please unmute yourself? Cesar? Cesar, do you hear us now? Hello, Cesar? I see your microphone is on now. Cesar, can you please make your question? We do not hear you. I don't know if you have any issues with your microphone. From here we see it's unmuted. So you should be able to make your question with audio. Okay, so it seems Cesar has issues with his internet connection, so it's not able for him to use the audio. I'll open the audio to Daniel. I'll try to open it now, so let's see. Hey, Daniel.
Hi, I'm sorry I couldn't hear you from the start.
Yeah, we're sorry on our side, but it's good that now you can hear us, and we can also hear you finally.
Sure, I can. So my question was like, is there like something, some photos, specific photos that we have to use to post our, to make posts?
I think this question is quite similar to one that we had before, and we've been saying that you're allowed to use any kind of picture that you think is adequate and in relation with the topic of the card you will be creating, as long as you give credit to the source.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope I didn't miss a lot when I couldn't hear you.
No, don't worry. Anyway, the recording of the webinar will be available on the online community, and you can access it, like you will be able to access it by even this afternoon or by tomorrow at last.
Okay, thank you. And then another question I had was, will you be available to help us at any time?
Yeah, don't worry. No, I mean, like, we're all here. We have a whole team, and I'm coordinating the ambassador program, and I'm definitely going to be available for all of you guys if you encounter any problem or questions.
Okay, I highly appreciate. I'm in Kenya, by the way.
Okay, well, hi from Brazil.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Okay.
we got a question from Cesar. So he sent it by chat because he's having issues with his audio. So the question is, since most of the embassies
ambassadors.
Yeah, it's a typo. Since most of the ambassadors speak 2 or more languages, will you be interested in us creating in different languages than English, or just in English?
Okay, that's an interesting question because we've been asking ourselves about this for a long time. For now, we've only been using English, and I guess we would be asking you to continue in this way, but we are undergoing some discussions about whether or not we should start integrating other languages, especially the UN official ones. So for now it's only English, but there is scope for like different languages to start entering our social media.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for your questions. Is there any other questions? If you could type it here so I know you have a question, or you can just raise your hand. When are you sending the guidelines for the nothing?
So I'll be sending you the guidelines by today. Within like a few hours you will receive them. It would be good if you request membership to the online community, so I also like allow you the access to it, and then we can start creating those discussions on the online community and start working together. Yeah, you'll be receiving all the guidelines and a pretty clear work plan by today evening Brazilian time, and I'll be available for any question or inquiry.
Yeah, so just Cesar, he's saying that he would like to offer himself for helping with translating anything we may need for the platform or for social media, so it would be English, Spanish, and French.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cesar.
So I think if you don't have any further questions, I think from our side we're also done. So you'll be getting the guidelines with the next steps soon. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we don't see anyone here asking anything. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your attention.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Adieu.